Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to show you some shims that we're making for a client out of acrylic. 5,000 total shims. 1/8 inch, black, and plastic, and 2 different shapes. So that's what this is going to be about. So regarding this project making custom shims, what happened was nothing happened. In fact, you heard from the conversation that we recorded that the client was not in a position to provide any information regarding whether or not they would proceed. It was probably a cost issue, and I think the client absolutely thought that these were going to be measured in the, yardstick of nickels or dimes. They're just not. It takes a long time to take, the material that they want to use and cut it into the parts that they need to make. Given the quantity, given the amount of material that would be necessary, given the amount of time that it would take to run the material on the machine, and then the small amount, albeit measurable, amount of post-processing that would be necessary, because the parts would have to come off of the skeleton, so to speak. This is the sheet that I used to make them in another project. Those little thin door, these were thin door spacers that I made for a client. This black piece of acrylic, or whatever it is, we're going to have to tab all the material and hold the pieces on so that they wouldn't fly away and get damaged. So the material would have to come off. We would have to use a chisel or maybe a router table or some way to knock them off. Not a big deal to do that, but I don't recall the quantity because admittedly this video is coming months after the last conversation, and we're just putting a little knot in the end of the rope of this project, I suppose, with this concluding video. It would have been a substantial job in the sense of the amount of handling that would have to occur. Yeah, sure, the sheet goes in and the machine does its work, but it's still work. The machine has to be monitored. You've got to actually take pieces on or off. You've got more than potentially one person involved. You've got the handling of the material. And at the end of the day, it was going to be something that we were never going to be able to get the price into the range that they were thinking. No, it's just the bottom line. So in conclusion, I believe we were successfully able to prototype the material for the client. Proven. We supplied them, I don't recall, there were 3 or 4 versions of the prototype changing in terms of size. I went even on the last round of prototypes to put the A, B, and C or D identification markers on there so that the people in the field would know what part they were using and holding based on the instructions or the build documents that they would be provided to proceed. And I feel that we provided the client an almost perfect solution with the one shortcoming that it didn't fit their budgetary requirements. So if you have a need for any sort of custom fabricated material, please do note it's one-off manufacturing. It is curated. It is made just for that application. And while we're doing lots of fun stuff on the CNC, in the last several weeks, there have been several upgrades on the tool. It's still, we're not injection molding these, or it's never going to be 28 cents each, that kind of stuff. If there's anything we can help you with on CNC projects, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.